Okay, let's get into your reading, Aquarius. Okay, I have to say this plainly. This is not a normal love reading. I have done thousands of these, and every so often, maybe once in a very long while, something comes through that is bigger than romance. This is one of those times. What I'm feeling around you right now isn't two people who might work out. It's two souls being moved into position by something far bigger than either of you. I want you to actually pause with me for a second before we go further, because I know how a title like this can sound dramatic, maybe even a little unbelievable. And I promise you, I did not expect the intensity of what came through either when I first sat down. But the cards do not lie about scale. And the scale of this one was undeniable from the very first card I turned over. Drop a comment right now and say I received this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Okay, let's go all the way in. And before I pull a single card, I want to tell you what I felt in your energy the instant I connected. There was a hum. A low, steady, unmistakable hum, the kind that shows up when something has been quietly arranged long before either person involved became consciously aware of it, not planned by either of you, not something you can take credit for engineering, just quietly, patiently set into motion by something much older than either of your individual timelines. This isn't a coincidence reading. This isn't a maybe it will happen reading. This is divine intervention actively working right now in real time to bring two specific people into the same orbit. And I want to say something important before we go further. Divine intervention doesn't mean you get to sit back and do nothing. It means the universe has cleared a path, but you still get to choose whether you walk it. So as we go through this reading, hold both truths at once. Something bigger than you is moving, and you still get to say yes to it with your whole heart. Okay, first oracle card. This connection was arranged before either of you were born into this life. And your guides led with this because they want you to feel the depth of the timeline. This isn't a connection that started when you two met. It started long before that, at a soul level, in an agreement neither of you consciously remembers making. And that's part of why it feels the way it feels, why there's a recognition underneath the newness, why something in you settles the moment you're near this person, like coming home to a place you didn't know you were homesick for. Okay, second oracle card. Everything that delayed this was necessary preparation, not punishment. And this oracle card addresses something your heart has probably wondered. Why now? Why not sooner? Why did it take this long, through all the wrong timing and near misses and painful detours, to finally arrive here? And your guides want you to understand none of that delay was punishment. It was preparation. You needed to become who you are right now before you could actually recognize and hold what's coming toward you. Okay, third oracle card. Your souls have done this before in other forms and chosen each other every time. And your guides are showing me something that might sound unusual, but I need to say it because it's what's coming through. This isn't the first time. Your souls have crossed paths before, in other forms, other lifetimes, other configurations entirely, and every single time you have chosen each other again. This life is simply the latest chapter of a much longer story. And your guides want you to release any pressure to fully understand the mechanics of that. You don't need proof. You don't need to know exactly what form or shape you took before. You only need to notice the specific, undeniable familiarity that has nothing to do with how long you've actually known each other in this lifetime. Okay, fourth oracle card. The signs pointing you toward each other have already started, and you may have missed a few. And your guides want you to look back over the last while, because the universe doesn't just arrange things quietly and hope you notice. It sends signs. repeating numbers, a song that keeps showing up, a name mentioned by strangers more than once in a short span of time. And your guides are telling me some of these signs have already happened, and you may have brushed past one or two of them without registering what they were pointing you toward. Your guides want you to start paying closer attention now, not obsessively, not anxiously scanning every little detail for meaning, just gently more aware, because the signs are not going to stop. If anything, they're going to get more frequent and more specific from here. Okay, fifth oracle card. Your guides are naming the fear before it arrives, not the fear this isn't real, the fear of how big it actually is. And this is the oracle card I most need you to sit with, because there is a fear underneath the excitement of a connection this size. And it isn't the fear that it's fake. It's the fear of how real it actually is. The fear that something this significant means you have further to fall if it doesn't work. And your guides are naming that now, so it can't quietly run the show from the shadows. You are allowed to let this be as big as it actually is. Okay, sixth oracle card. This person feels the pull just as strongly, even if they haven't fully named it yet. And your guides want to reassure you this isn't one-sided. Whatever you're feeling, this person is feeling too, whether or not they have the language for it yet. Some people recognize a soul connection instantly and can name it right away. Others feel the pull just as strongly but need time to understand what they're standing inside of. This person is the second kind. Okay, seventh oracle card. There is a specific window of time when this becomes undeniable to both of you, and your guides are showing me a window, not an exact date, but a window, a stretch of time coming where whatever has been quietly building becomes impossible to ignore for either of you. Something shifts. A conversation happens or a moment occurs that removes all the ambiguity and leaves both of you standing in the same undeniable clarity. Your guides can't hand you an exact date for this because free will still plays its part in exactly when it lands. But they want you watching for it gently, without anxiety, the way you'd watch for a sunrise you already know is coming. Okay, eighth oracle card. Merging into one doesn't mean losing yourself. It means finally being fully seen. And your guides want to address the phrase merge into one directly, because it could sound like losing your own identity, and that is not what this is. Merging at the soul level means two whole people choosing to be fully known by each other without performance, without editing themselves down. It is the opposite of losing yourself. It is finally being completely, fully seen. Okay, ninth oracle card. There's an old wound in you that this connection is specifically designed to heal, and your guides brought this through gently. There's an old wound you carry, maybe around being truly chosen, or being safe enough to be fully yourself, or trusting that love doesn't have to be earned through constant effort. And this connection, as it unfolds, is specifically shaped to reach that exact wound and finally begin closing it. This doesn't mean the wound disappears overnight or that healing happens without any discomfort at all, but it means for the first time in a long time, the wound is being tended to instead of quietly reopened again and again. Okay, 10th oracle card. This person has an old wound too, and you are the one meant to help them heal it. And it goes both ways. This person carries their own old wound, their own place where love felt conditional or unsafe. And your guides are showing me that you are specifically the one whose presence reaches that wound for them too. This is part of what makes a soul connection different from an ordinary one. It isn't only about how good someone makes you feel, it's about what becomes possible to heal simply because the right person finally showed up. Okay, 11th Oracle card. Nothing about this needs to be forced. It will unfold the way water finds its way downhill, and your guides want you to release any urge to force this along. Because divine timing doesn't need help. It doesn't need you pushing or engineering coincidences or trying to speed anything up. This is going to unfold the way water finds its way downhill. Naturally, inevitably, without a single ounce of struggle required from you. Okay, 12th Oracle card. Your family or close friends may already sense something before you fully do, and your guides are showing me the people around you. Someone close to you may have already said something, or noticed a shift in your energy, or asked a question about this person that felt oddly specific. People who love you often sense faded connections before the two people inside them fully do themselves. Pay attention to who lights up when this person's name comes up, who gets a certain look on their face, like they already know something you haven't quite said out loud yet. Okay, 13th Oracle card. There will be a moment that feels like confirmation from something beyond either of you, and your guides want you watching for this. A moment coming that feels bigger than coincidence, a specific word said at the exact right time, a shared realization that arrives simultaneously for both of you, something that makes you both stop and say out loud or silently, okay, this is real. Okay, 14th Oracle card. You don't have to understand every piece of the plan to trust that there is one. And your guides want to offer you peace here. You don't need to map out every step. You don't need to understand exactly how this unfolds or when each piece arrives. You only need to trust that there is a plan, that it is already in motion, and that your job is simply to stay open to it. Okay, 15th Oracle card. This is the kind of love that changes the entire trajectory of your life, not just your relationship status. And your guides saved this one because it matters. This isn't just about gaining a partner. This is the kind of connection that shifts the entire direction of where your life is heading. Your sense of home, your sense of purpose, the whole shape of what comes next for you. Okay, 16th Oracle card. You were always going to end up here. This was never really in doubt from where your guides are standing. And your guides close the Oracle section with this, from where they stand, outside of time the way you experience it. This was never actually in doubt. Every detour, every wrong turn, every moment you wondered if you'd ever find this, all of it led here. You were always going to end up exactly here. Your guides want you to release the last bit of anxious wondering you might still be holding on to. You don't need to check the timeline every day. You don't need to search for evidence in every small interaction. The destination was never in question. Only the specific, beautiful way you'd arrive there was left to unfold naturally. So let the anxious checking go. Let the overanalyzing go completely. Just live your life fully and let the arrival surprise you the way the best things usually do. Okay, 17th Oracle card. This connection will ask you to release control in a way you're not fully used to. And your guides want to prepare you honestly for this part. Soul connections at this level don't respond well to being managed or strategized. You cannot plan your way into this, cannot overthink your way into making it land correctly. It asks for something harder than effort. It asks for release, for letting things unfold without needing to control every step the way you might have in past connections that never felt safe enough to simply trust. Okay, 18th Oracle card. The version of love you're about to experience will redefine what you thought love was supposed to feel like. And your guides close the Oracle section here. Because whatever you believed love had to look like, whatever compromises you'd quietly accepted, whatever ceiling you'd unconsciously placed over your own expectations, this connection is going to move past all of it. It is going to become the new measuring stick for everything you understand love is actually capable of being when it's real. The Lovers, Temperance, the Star, the Two of Cups, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Ten of Cups, the World, Judgment, the Sun, the Ace of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, the Three of Cups, the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, 17 cards. And I want to take real, unhurried time with every single one because together they tell the complete story of this union. The Lovers first. And of course it's first. This is not attraction. This is not convenience. This is the soul level, eyes wide open recognition of one soul choosing another fully and consciously, the way souls choose when the choice was made long before this lifetime even began. And Temperance, and this is the merging itself, the alchemy card, the figure with one foot on land and one in water, pouring liquid between two cups, blending two separate things into something entirely new without losing the essence of either one. Temperance appearing here is the most direct confirmation of the title of this reading. Two souls merging not by force, but through patient, careful, sacred balance. And I want you to notice something specific about this card. The figure isn't rushing the pouring. There's no spilling, no urgency, no forcing the liquid faster than it wants to flow. That unhurried patience is exactly the energy this merging is asking of both of you. And the Star, and this is hope, finally completely confirmed. Every quiet moment you believed a love like this could exist for you, every time you almost gave up on it and then felt a small flicker anyway, the Star is here to say you were right to keep believing every single time you did. And the Two of Cups. And this is the mutual choosing, confirmed directly. Two people facing each other, both fully present, both turning toward the other with complete and equal intention. There is no imbalance here, no one loving more than the other. Just two people meeting each other exactly halfway, and the High Priestess. And this is the sacred hidden knowing underneath all of it. The part of you that recognized this connection before your mind had caught up. The part of you that simply knew in a way that didn't require explanation. The High Priestess confirms this recognition was never a coincidence. It was a remembering. And the Empress, and this is abundance, creation, the fertile, generous energy this connection is going to grow within. Whatever you build together is going to be lush, full, overflowing rather than scarce or carefully rationed. And the Emperor, and this is the structure, the decision, someone showing up not just emotionally, but with real commitment, real follow through, building a foundation that can actually hold the weight of what's coming. And the Ten of Cups, and this is complete emotional fulfillment, nothing missing. The family, the home, the deep settled, nothing left to want feeling of a love that has finally arrived at its fullest expression. And the world, and this is completion itself, the closing of one chapter and the opening of a much bigger one. The world appearing here confirms that this connection isn't a small side story in your life. It is the whole next chapter. Your guides want you to feel the significance of that placement. The world doesn't show up for minor developments. It shows up when an entire cycle is genuinely closing and something whole and complete is beginning in its place. And Judgment. And this is the awakening, both of you rising together this time into a clearer, more complete understanding of who you are and what you're building with each other. And the sun, and this is pure, uncomplicated joy, warmth without a hidden catch, the kind of happiness that doesn't require you to brace yourself for something to go wrong right after. And the Ace of Cups, and this is the fresh, overflowing emotional beginning. A cup so full it spills over, not because it's forced to, but because it genuinely can't hold any less than this. And the Wheel of Fortune, and this is divine timing itself, made visible, the mechanism behind everything else in this spread, the wheel turning exactly into position, confirming that this is happening not because you forced it, but because it was already in motion. And the Hierophant, and this is sacred union, something formalized, recognized, blessed by more than just the two of you. This connection is heading towards something that gets witnessed and honored by the people around you both. There is a real difference between a private feeling and a publicly recognized union, and the Hierophant confirms this connection is heading toward the second one fully and openly. And the Three of Cups, and this is celebration. Friends and family gathering around this union, the way people gather around something genuinely worth celebrating together. Not a small, quiet affair kept between just the two of you, but something the people who love you genuinely get to celebrate alongside you too. And the Ace of Pentacles. And this is the real world, tangible proof that this connection is manifesting into physical reality, not staying only in the realm of feeling. A concrete step, a real decision, something you'll be able to point to and say that was the moment it became real in the world. And the Chariot, and this is forward momentum, together, two people moving in the same direction now, pulling in harmony instead of against each other, driven by a shared will that neither of you has to force or convince the other of. And the King of Cups. And this is their emotional mastery forming. Someone learning to hold feeling without being ruled by it. Someone becoming capable of holding space for both of your hearts at once. And the Queen of Cups. And this closes the spread on your own depth, your capacity to feel fully, to love completely, to hold this connection with the same overflowing heart that made you recognizable to this soul in the first place. Okay, tea leaf cards, 11 of them. First tea leaf card, a sign that's already arrived that you may not have fully registered yet. And your guides are showing me something that's already happened, a number, a name, a small synchronicity that crossed your path recently, and maybe you noticed it, maybe you didn't. It was already part of this unfolding. Next tea leaf card, the specific feeling that tells you this one is different, and there's a feeling with this person that doesn't match anything before. A specific ease, a specific safety, the sense that you don't have to perform or manage yourself carefully to be fully loved here. Next tea leaf card, what this person is quietly working through right now on their own. And your guides show me this person doing their own inner work, quietly, not for show, processing old patterns, becoming someone more ready to meet you at the depth this connection requires. Next tea leaf card, the role your own healing has played in preparing for this, and your guides want you to know your own healing journey wasn't separate from this. It was preparation. Every bit of work you've done on yourself made you capable of receiving something this real. Next tea leaf card, a small test the universe places before the biggest blessings, and your guides want you prepared honestly. There may be one small test before this fully lands, a moment of doubt, a brief obstacle, a final check to confirm you're both ready to receive it. Next tea leaf card. What your friends will say when they finally meet this person, and your guides are showing me a specific reaction. The people who know you best, seeing something in this person almost immediately, a recognition of their own, a sense that this one simply fits in a way others never quite did. Next tea leaf card. The moment doubt tries to creep in and how quickly it dissolves. And doubt may try to visit once quietly, whispering the usual things doubt whispers. And your guides want you to know it won't last. It dissolves fast against something this solid and this real. Next tea leaf card. What merging into one looks like in your actual everyday life. And practically, this looks like shared decisions, shared dreams that start sounding like plans, a natural blending of two lives into a single, steady rhythm. Neither of you has to force. Next tea leaf card. The specific gift this connection brings that you didn't know you needed. And your guides are showing me something unexpected, arriving alongside the love itself, a sense of purpose, a renewed creativity, a part of you waking back up that had gone quiet. Next tea leaf card. The anniversary or date this connection will always be remembered by, and there's a date coming that becomes significant, not necessarily today, but a specific day you'll look back on for years, the one you'll tell the story around for the rest of your life together. You might not even recognize it as significant while it's happening. Some of the most important dates in any love story felt completely ordinary in the moment they occurred. Next tea leaf card. A dream or vivid feeling that already touched on this connection, and your guides are showing me a dream or something dream adjacent, a vivid, unusually clear feeling that arrived while you were half asleep or in that quiet space right before waking that already touched on this exact connection in some form, even if you couldn't quite explain it the next morning when you tried to describe it. Next tea leaf card. The way this connection will handle conflict differently than anything before, and your guides want you to know this won't be conflict-free. No real relationship is. But it will be handled differently, less defensiveness, more actual repair. Two people who genuinely want to understand each other more than they want to win the argument itself. Next tea leaf card. How this connection ripples outward into the rest of your life, and your guides want you to see the bigger picture. This isn't going to stay contained inside the relationship itself. Your work, your creativity, your relationships with everyone else in your life all soften and expand in the presence of a love this settled and this real. And the last tea leaf card, you standing inside a love that was always going to find you. And your guides ended here because this is the final image they want you to hold. You standing inside a love that was never a matter of luck, never a maybe, always going to find you exactly when you were ready to receive it. Okay, final message from your guides. Just one, trust the timing. This was arranged long before you, and it is already in motion. Trust the timing. That's the instruction. One instruction. Just that. Because the lovers confirmed the soul level choice, and temperance confirmed the merging itself, gentle and sacred, and the wheel of fortune confirmed divine timing already at work, and the star confirmed every quiet hope was right, and the world confirmed this is a whole new chapter, not a small side note. So trust the timing. It was arranged long before you arrived here today, and it does not require your permission to keep unfolding exactly as it should. Okay, to bring this home, divine intervention is pulling you and your true love together. Two souls fated to merge into one. And the cards showed us everything. Your guides told us this connection was arranged before either of you were born into this life. That everything that delayed it was necessary preparation, not punishment. That your souls have chosen each other before in other forms. That the signs pointing you toward each other have already started. That the real fear isn't whether it's real, it's how big it actually is. That this person feels the pull just as strongly, even unnamed. That there's a window coming where this becomes undeniable to both of you. That merging into one means finally being fully seen, not losing yourself. That an old wound in you is specifically being healed by this. That this person has an old wound too, and you are meant to help heal it. That nothing about this needs to be forced. That people close to you may already sense it. That a moment of undeniable confirmation is coming. That you don't need to understand the whole plan to trust it exists. That this changes the trajectory of your whole life, not just your relationship status. That this asks you to release control in a way you're not fully used to. And that this redefines what you thought love was supposed to feel like permanently. And beyond the cards themselves, your guides showed a dream or vivid feeling that already touched on this connection before you consciously understood it. A different way of handling conflict rooted in repair instead of defensiveness. And a ripple effect that moves outward into every corner of your life, not just the relationship itself. All of it pointing toward the same undeniable conclusion. You were always going to end up exactly here. The Lovers confirmed the soul-level choice. Temperance confirmed the sacred merging itself. The Star confirmed every quiet hope was right. The Two of Cups confirmed mutual, equal choosing. The High Priestess confirmed the sacred knowing underneath it all. The Empress and Emperor showed abundance meeting real commitment. The Ten of Cups and the World showed complete fulfillment and a whole new chapter beginning. Judgment showed both of you awakening together. The Sun and the Ace of Cups showed pure, overflowing joy. The Wheel of Fortune confirmed divine timing already in motion. The Hierophant showed sacred union, witnessed and honored. The Three of Cups showed the celebration to come. The Ace of Pentacles showed this becoming real and tangible in the physical world, not just felt privately. The Chariot showed both of you finally moving forward in the same direction, together. And the King and Queen of Cups closed the spread on the emotional depth and mastery you're both growing into, side by side. One instruction: trust the timing. It was arranged long before you, and it is already in motion. Claim this, loves. Drop a comment and say, I receive this, and I trust the timing. And two souls are merging into one. Because every word of that is true. Save this, share it today, and come back and tell me how it unfolded and what the sign was that finally made it undeniable. And I want to say one more thing before we close. A reading like this doesn't come through often, and I don't say that to inflate what happened here today. I say it because you deserve to know how rare it is for the cards to line up with this much clarity, this much consistency, this much undeniable weight behind every single card that came through today. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment, and tell me what hit hardest. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. And one last thing before you go. Whatever form this takes, whenever it fully lands, you are being moved towards something that was never left to chance. Carry that with you today into whatever room you walk into next, into whatever ordinary moment might turn out to be the beginning of everything the cards describe today. You don't have to search for it. You don't have to force it into place. You simply have to keep living your life, open-hearted and unafraid, and let the timing that arranged all of this finish what it already started. Carry that. Take care of yourself. Bye, loves.